Yo, what up? It's Aaron motherfucking Moses. Finally got my braids done. I've been doing these bitches all day. And I got a question from one of the homies. Basically, I'm not gonna read his long ass email. Thank you for that though, bro. Basically, he asked me, how do you stop hating yourself, Aaron Moses? You seem very sure of yourself. And I definitely am not like this confident in real life. Am I? Who knows? But I'm gonna give you a couple steps on how to not hate your fucking self so goddamn much. All right. Number one, there's some things you need to learn before you can even start to fucking hate yourself. I mean, stop hating yourself. I think one of the most important things is you have to realize the real consequences of hating yourself. Pretty much like a drug addiction, you have to hit rock bottom. You have to really, pretty much like everything else, firstly, you have to associate a lot of pain with hating yourself. Secondly, you have to be aware of the reality that will be yours if you hate yourself a specific amount. Okay? I mean, ultimately, if you fucking hate yourself that goddamn much, you're gonna die. You're gonna die, and you could be doing life in fucking prison if you hate yourself enough, which is the same shit as being dead. Another thing you need to realize, of course, why you fucking hate yourself. A lot of us, I hated myself, and a lot of us hate ourselves because of the interactions that we have with other people. Because other people don't fucking like us, which that's totally okay. All right? I always told myself, hey, I don't fucking hate myself. I just don't like how people respond to me. I just don't like how people feel like I have all this confidence and they want to test me. People think that I think I'm tough and they want to try me. Females think that I am either creepy or hitting on them, and they feel the need to reject me before I do anything. And I'm like, I'm just a nice person, dude. I'm not trying to do anything. Even sometimes now, I get caught up in situations. I want to tell you this story, but it really doesn't have anything to do with this. Where females may think I'm a fucking stalker or some shit. See, now this shit popped in my head. I'm gonna tell you real quick. I'm at work. I asked the lady for a fucking cigarette, right? So, coincidentally enough, where I smoked, there was an 18-wheeler goddamn truck sitting in front of the picnic table. And I was on the fucking phone. An 18-wheeler truck has a fat-ass engine. So I was standing, waiting for this dude to finish whatever the fuck he was doing so I could sit where I usually sit. The lady came out, and she saw me standing in front of her fucking car, which I wasn't paying a fucking attention to where the fuck I was standing. And she came out, and she paused, and she was like, and she looked scared, and I looked behind me, and I'm like, oh shit, this is her car. And I moved away to the fucking light post, and she still kept her distance, and she has not been smoking right there on the side of her car. It was just, it's funny. I was not trying to stalk that bitch. I just needed to be able to hear what was going on in my phone conversation. Alright, so a lot of us hate ourselves because of how other people respond to our personalities, which that doesn't have shit to do with you, bro. That's how other people feel. You can't control people's minds, and if you could, you'd be a fucking billionaire right now. Now, a lot of us hate ourselves because of traits that are real, because we are weird, because we are fucking creepy, because we don't make as much money as we would like to make. Because we're too short, because we're too tall, because we have acne, shit like that. I mean, a lot of this shit you can change. A lot of this shit you have to embrace. You have to embrace it, especially the ladies. Okay, especially the men more than anything, because there's surgeries for everything for women. Men, there's no surgeries for anything. You can't be taller. You can't safely get a bigger penis. You can't. There's a lot of shit that we cannot change with surgery. All right, you can't get bigger muscles through surgery safely medically. You can't get implant. You can get implants, but that's really douchey. I mean, it's hard for a lot of us to gain weight so we can gain muscle. It's fucking hard for me to do that shit because my metabolism's hella high. And a lot of men relate to that, all right? Some shit you just have to embrace, bro. I'm crazy. I love it. I have to make that something a part of me that I love. Changing it, yeah, that would take a couple hundred hours in therapy, thousands and thousands of dollars. But hey, man, I'm not dangerous. I just, you know, I'm just different, all right? I have to use that. I have to use that in my music. I have to use that in my videos. I weaponize it, man. You gotta weaponize some of this shit, bro. All right. Another thing, what you have to do next is you have to think about when you start hitting yourself. Pretty sure you weren't born like that, all right? Or you would be on some kind of medicine and you wouldn't even need to watch this fucking video, all right? When did you start hating yourself? And that is going to be important for the steps that I'm going to give you, the action that you need to take. So really think about that. Really meditate on that. When was the first time where you thought, I hate my fucking self for more than 3 days in a row? All right? You have to realize what hating yourself looks like. What thoughts that you have. Do people tell you you're needy? Do people around you fucking use you? If everybody uses the shit out of you, it's 9 times out of 10, not because you're a fucking millionaire and you have it to give. It's because you fucking hate yourself. Because you don't like yourself that much. You try to heal yourself through helping other people, or it's just really easy to manipulate you because people know how you feel about your fucking self. And they know you don't have any fucking boundaries. Okay, the word no is very powerful in healing yourself and gaining love, self-love. Next, you have to look at your behaviors and your habits. Smoking cigarettes, drinking alcohol, having reckless sex, letting people fuck a lot of your shit up, the type of job you have, how you treat other people. If you manipulate the fuck out of every fucking body, there's a good chance that you hate your fucking self. Because people who love themselves and show people genuine love usually don't fucking hate themselves. People that are overly nice and they have to have people fucking love them and like them, and people who do everything that people ask, a lot of the times they hate themselves. It was a girl I worked with, and I viewed her as somebody who hated her. I know she fucking hated herself. Because her boyfriends controlled her. Because she got with these low self-esteem having ass niggas. Because she did everything that people asked. She compromised a lot of her fucking happiness. Real, genuine happiness for people. For people that didn't even really give a shit about her. That's somebody who hated themselves. How you dress. What you think about death. What you think about life. What you fear. A lot of these things can be an indicator of self-hatred. All right. One thing, there was this girl in my high school, and her name was KT. Now, KT, I asked Katie to use her mirror one time in her purse. This was a ploy to see where her money was. I shouldn't even said that because that was very unnecessary. But I used her mirror and I noticed that it had makeup smudges all over it. And I cleaned it. And I was like, hey, Katie, I cleaned your mirror for you. And she was like, I smudged it like that on purpose. And she gave me this look, and I was like, oh, you're crazy. And yeah, that was weird. So, next. One thing that you need, well, one, two, three things else that you need to learn is the difference between self-confidence, confidence, and self-love. Self-esteem, not self-love. Learn the differences between those because you will be able to work on them individually easier. Next, surrounding yourself with people who love themselves. That will be a little bit of a challenge because like attracts like. But I know you can do it. I know you can find people who love the shit out of themselves. It's not hard at all. You just have to make sure that you recognize what that really looks like. Next, I will recommend that you don't hang out with your family too much. Why? Because the world is not going to treat you like your family treats you. Because people are not going to do you fucking favors, compliment you, give you fucking advice in the same way that your family will. They're not going to buy you food and fucking do all kind of family-oriented stuff for you. Am I saying that family fucks up your self-esteem and your confidence? No. But the last girlfriend that I had, she was obsessed with her family. She only pretty much hung out with her family. And I think that she was using that as a safety net because she knew how her family was towards her. She knew, hey, my family's not going to leave me. My family's forever. I'm needy, and they're not going to push me away. Not too much. She was Arab. Black families will do that, and I'm pretty sure white families will do that. But if you're a foreigner, it's less likely that's going to be a reality for you. And don't use your family for that, okay? Yes, study shows that people who grew up in big families have higher self-esteem, higher confidence, better social skills, but you're an adult, okay? Yes, your family is a really good tool to use to gain self-love, but it is, in my opinion, as a professional, nothing. I'm not a professional. That this could be a crutch. Family helps. Family helps. But don't use them too hard, okay? I don't think that's good for you. Next, the actions that you can take. What are some actions that you can take? Body language. I stand constantly with my hands together behind my back. Always. I always stand like that. Not only does it fucking look cool, subconsciously, it's telling me you are confident. You are a king. There is no reason why your hands need to be in front of you, defensive all the time. Your chest is open, your body's unprotected because you're confident enough to stand like this. Okay? People see that, they view you as confident. They know that your body language is that of confidence. Alright? You take that stance and you look in the mirror and you say affirmations. Affirmations such as, I love loving myself. It feels good to love myself. You say those first because if you have a specific type of brain, you lying to yourself in affirmations is only going to awaken the parts of your subconscious minds that are going to say, what? No, you don't love yourself. And it's just going to affirm the exact opposite of what you're saying. It's going to work for a couple days, but every time that you say, I love myself, you're subconsciously going to say, no, the fuck you don't. And when you say, I love loving myself, there's times that you feel in your day that you love yourself. I love loving myself will attract more subconscious actions, subconscious thoughts that will make it easier for you to start saying, I am loving myself. I love myself. I have a deep love for myself. I am only doing things that a person who loves themselves will do. I am only thinking thoughts that people who love themselves think. This is going to build you up to be able to use those affirmations, okay? I am showing myself extreme love. Affirmations such as that. Next, what you need to do, you need to realize that this is a choice. You literally need to stop and say, hold up, I don't have to feel like this. This is a choice. These are emotions that I am choosing to feel, and I don't have to feel these things anymore. Stop. Wait. I don't have to feel this. These are choices, and I don't need to make these choices because we've already looked at these people's life stories. Okay, this chick on intervention, she's doing these drugs because she fucking hates herself. Not because she got molested, not because she started hanging out with the wrong crowd, because she made the choice to hate her fucking self. This guy's in prison for life. Not because he was in a gang, not because he has fucking anger problems, because he fucking hates himself. He found that gang because he hated himself, and this is the results of his actions. This nigga got in a DUI accident and now he's a paraplegic. Not because he's an alcoholic, not because he was driving too fast one day in the rain, but because he fucking hates himself. Alright? We already know that. Next, visualize. Did I say the mirror thing yet? I did. I think I did. I'll say it again. Visualize yourself doing things that a person would do if they love the shit out of themselves. Okay? Taking multiple showers, brushing your fucking teeth, practicing good hygiene, walking up to pretty girls and talking to them and getting their phone numbers, working out. You can visualize yourself working out to increase your muscle mass and stay in shape and maintain your health. That's a real thing that works. Okay? Visualizing yourself that doing things that people do that love themselves totally. Write a list of those things, visualize those things, do one of those visualizations of those things a week. If there's 52 of them, you have something to do all year to this day. Alright? Visualization works. Next, practice great hygiene. Okay? Better hygiene. Whatever you do. Okay? Next, treat yourself. That goes along with the good hygiene thing. If you buy shitty deodorant, Dollar Tree deodorant, buy better deodorant, buy better toothpaste, buy Tom's toothpaste with no fucking fluoride in it, buy better food, buy, not fast food, buy more healthy food, alright? Buy a fucking alkaline water filter, buy vitamin C supplements, things like that. Also, by treating yourself to dinner, treating yourself with nice clothes, snapbacks, things like that. Next, write letters to yourself. Put a lot of affirmations in that letter. Tell yourself that you appreciate yourself as a king, as a queen. Timelining is when you write letters to the child version of yourself. Okay, whatever age it was that motivated you to start thinking these destructive thoughts that ultimately led to self-hatred, write a letter to that child, that age, that teenager, whoever it is. If it was 2 years ago, write a letter to that person 2 years ago. Okay? Next. Next is probably going to be the funnest thing besides the visualizations if you do it right. Drawing your name, just like when you were a little kid. Drawing your name, putting your birthday on it somewhere, and decorating it, putting little stars. People that skateboarding, your name is not your identity, but if you are close enough to that name that you have, that will help you to love yourself. You can write lists, 10 reasons why I'm fucking special. 10 reasons why these things are going to make me a successful person. 10 reasons why other people should know me. Write as many as you can. 10 reasons, 10 things that are a part of me that would make the world a better place. 10 things about me that everybody in the fucking world should have a part of them. Alright? Is it hard? No. Is it simple? No. Does it take a lot of work? Yes, it does. You can love yourself. You can love yourself. You already know that you love loving yourself. You already know that there is no benefits to feeling self-hatred, to feeling shitty about yourself. We all know that. Whatever the reason is that you have these habits, these thoughts, and these behaviors, it's important to identify it, but it's not important to identify with it. It's not important. It's not important that it is you. It's not you. It's something inside or outside of you that doesn't need to exist. Alright? The enemy wants you to feel like that. Because if you don't, then he won't have a purpose. They will not have a purpose if you don't feel like that. So let's fight this battle together. Let's beat this thing. Alright? I'm the bang, you the bang. We the bang together, man. It's AaroniMoses. Love your fucking self, man. Alright? Peace.